In this lesson, we will examine what kind of postings happened in the system after we executed post-closing step in the actual costing run. Let's start by opening the material price analysis transaction and selecting one of our raw materials. When we examine the period we have just closed, we can see from the status line that all the required steps related to the period end closing have been done for this material. Now when the period is closed, this closing document button here becomes available. Behind this button, we can see all the postings related to the material ledger closing. Let's press the Accounting Documents button here to examine the actual financial postings. We can see that 2 accounting documents have been posted. The first document contains all the postings the system has made for the period we have closed. The second document contains the material revaluation reversal entries for the new period. We can see that the posting date for the first document is the last day of the period we have closed. This document contains the postings for all the materials part of our manufacturing plant. The material number of a posting is visible in this column. Here you can also see the explanation the system provides for each of the postings. Let's check some of the postings more closely. Here we can see that this amount has been posted to the debit side of a material inventory account. The credit side posting has been from a material price difference account. If we open the material price analysis for this material, we can see that this amount matches with the price difference allocated to the ending inventory. Similar inventory revaluation postings have been made for all the materials. But as we remember, all the revaluation postings will be reversed at the beginning of the next period. Let's open the other accounting document the system has created and compare the documents with each other. As you can see, the posting date for this document is the first day of the new period we have opened. If you compare these rows with each other, you can see that they are the same. The only difference is that the debit and credit side are the opposite in this document. But now I'm sure many of you are looking at this row here. As you know, the postings are not only done using the local currency, but also using the group currency. When we examine the postings made in euros, we can see that also the exchange rate difference GL account is used for this posting. If you sum up the amounts here, you will get this total amount. A corresponding row related to the exchange rate differences can also be seen on the first document. In addition to the material revaluation posting, we can see that the system has created a posting for the WIP revaluation. A debit posting has been made to Materials in Progress inventory account. If you open the material price analysis transaction again, you can confirm that this amount matches with the WIP production line here. Before we move further, I recommend that you go through all the postings made by the system and make sure that you understand where all the amounts are coming from. When you fully understand the logic behind all these postings, you have grasped all the key functionalities of material ledger and actual costing. Next, let's go one step back to the material-specific view of the material price analysis. When we move one period forward, we can see that the price difference allocated for ending inventory for the last period has been moved for the beginning inventory for this period. The price for the ending inventory of this period is the original standard price of the material. At the end of this period, the price will be updated using the new periodic unit price based on the price difference of the beginning inventory and new price differences recorded during the period. There is one interesting thing I want to show you from the Material Master. If we check the Valuation tab of the period we have closed, we can see that the price control indicator has changed to V for this material. The system has changed the price control key to indicate that closing entries related to actual costing have been posted for this material for the period. This also tells you that material movements for this period are no longer allowed. In the next lesson, we will be checking how periodic unit prices can be marked as the future valuation prices for materials.